Yo guys, before we start this video, go sub to PWY What if Deku. Alright, me and him came up with the idea of what if Deku was hated. Alright, we came up with how he's hated and how he's betrayed and cheated on and like that, and how what he's the incarnation of and was the ship and everything. So go subscribe to him, make him reach at least like 100. Let's make him reach at least 100 subscribers. If he reaches 100 subscribers, I'm going to do whatever series you want, whatever. Even if I don't like it, I will fucking do it. Alright? Thank you guys, and let's get on with the intro. Yo guys, this is what we go, and today we're going to do a new what if. What if Deku was hated and was the reincarnation of Diablo? So yeah, I'm going to do it different from how people do hated. Alright? I'm going to make that his parents hate him, but they're going to have him because I'm gonna say that the Demon King didn't want Izuku's parents to be in hell, or because hey, I'm going to do something with the ship, my man. This is going to be a fucking mess with the ship. All right, I was supposed to do this with like what if Deku, but the recording fucking crashed on us. So yeah, basically, Deku, all right, he is just like he his parents like abuse him and like that, but they showed the kind-hearted like in front of like other people, but like once they're alone, they fucking abuse him and beat him like that. They hate him. They hate him. And Uraraka, alright, she's been with him. Alright, they're UA is a college, so they're now for 13. Alright, so basically what? Well, it has been like a 1 year anniversary. Uraraka's been cheated on him. Like after the first week of them being together. Alright. Yeah, basically, Deku's parents are moving to like middle class, almost low high class. So yeah, they're almost rich. So basically, what Uraraka wants all that money to herself. So what she wants to poison his parents. So what basically, Izuku invited her over like for dinner. What she basically was eating with Deku's parents like that. Then she poisoned the food. Then basically then what they were eating, Uraka like was talking about some things like that, and 5 hours later, once she went home, this is like 5 hour poison basically. What they died. Then Uraka called the police and said, they said, she said, I think my boyfriend killed his parents like that. And then what they went to his house. She gave them the address. And then what they saw his parents dead, and Izuku basically like just sitting down, just like eating his food because they finished fast, or like, and Izuku was just watching TV. They just go and arrest him. Izuku says, What's happening?" The what? The police said, "Shut up, brat." Look at that. Then what? Izuku basically, "Shut up, villain." All Might was also there, and All Might said, "I would like my quirk back, young Midoriya, or young or villain." The what? He just takes the quirk back, and then what? To make Deku even more like saddened and angry at Uraka, she gets one for all. All Might gives her one for all for her heroism, like that. Alright, for her heroism and all that. So basically, what Izuku's pissed off and basically angry and saddened. The what basically was they were dragging him to the car. What Izuku like read her lips like, "I've been cheating on you with Bakugo the whole time." The what Izuku was getting angry. So basically, what they put him into the prison, and he was fucking crying because in prison, and I'm gonna say Muscular is there, all right. And by the way, hold on, Izuku, all right, is fucking crying his eyes and says, "Please, please, please, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Why would I even murder my parents? Why? Why? They didn't do anything to me." Basically like that. But they're in heaven, alright, because Izuku's going to be. What? Then Muscular for a week straight, he was fucking crying, and Muscular couldn't take it anymore, so he just basically went up to Izuku and said, "Kid, if you don't shut the fuck up, something's bad going to happen." The Izuku basically said, "But I didn't do it. They don't believe me." Like blah 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 blah. The Muscular just gets even more annoyed. They just goes and punches Zuko's jaw, punches him in the head from the top. Though he basically goes and kicks him basically in the stomach, then punches him in the stomach again. Then basically he's knocked out in a 4-year coma. The what? Then what? He goes into the mindscape, and this is, am I dead? Is this hell? Is this heaven? Am I purgatory? Then what? Then what? He sees Diablo, and he says, "Who are you?" Then Diablo says, he basically gets an evil grin and says, "Ah, I am Diablo, the true Demon King, Demon Lord." The what basically Izuku's basically like fucking like no, don't tell me though. He says, and you're my reincarnation. Izuku says, I don't want to be a villain like that. I don't want to be a bad guy. The Diablo says, you don't have to be. I was a hero, or like I was like a good person, a good guy in my I was a good guy, and I was also the demon lord, so you can be like me. So Izuku's happy that he's a reincarnation of like a good demon lord. So basically, yeah, what Diablo, alright, says, I will train you in my magic, and I'll train you so that you can unlock your abilities and like that. And by the way, the remnants of the waffle users, alright, they wanted to talk to Izuku, but Diablo removed them from existence, and you know their 9 souls. He just took the one for all remnants from them and just put the souls back into like Uraraka, because she has one for all. Right, she has one for all. So yeah, basically Izuku was basically like training with Diablo. Alright, he gets like the Freesia, he gets like the fucking magic, he gets like the durability. Alright, the one for remnants, alright, it boosts his magic. Basically, like it's like on Kaiken times 10 all the time. Basically, imagine if Diablo uses a magic spell, and then Izuku uses the same magic spell with the same amount of mana used as Diablo. It will be fucking stronger because of like because of his mana. His mana like the evolved version of mana, but the good evolved version basically. But like quirks are like mana, but they're fucking evolved, like shitty evolved. So yeah, what Deku? Alright, he's just like training with Diablo for 350 years. Alright, he's been training with Diablo. Yes, he says, I'm going to train for 300 for 400 years." He said, but I cannot live that long." Diablo said, "Don't worry." Basically, like he said that and Diablo's not nervousness is gone because Rem and Shia. I don't know the elf's princess name. What they boosted Diablo's confidence up. So yeah, basically Diablo's a Chad and Izuku's going to be a fucking Chad, but he's not going to fucking be all prideful. Instead of the pridefulness, he gets like the kind-heartedness of Izuku. So yeah, Izuku basically was like training with Diablo, and I'ma say far down, way down, you see a man sitting down on a throne, alright, watching over Earth. This is, of course, the newest Demon King that has been assigned 1 billion years ago. So, yeah. What he sees Diablo basically. Like Izuku or Diablo basically, because Izuku's going to get the horns, but they're going to be actual horns. So, yeah. He calls his daughter. He says, Yui, can you come here for a second? So let's go over to a picture of Yui. This is the ship, Yui, this daughter of the demon lord. So she says, "Yeah, dad." Right? She says, "Yeah, father. What is it?" The way he says, do you see this young man? Or do you see this man?" Basically, this she sees basically fucking Diablo, and what she says is the bloodlust and the amount of power he has, and she's horny. What she's basically like in her mind, oh, that's hard as shit. I cannot handle it. No, she says to her father, I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick. Then he said, alright, alright, sure. She goes to the bathroom and nuts all over the wall. And she fucking masturbates like, Diablo-san. She's like, I'm going to make it mine. I'm going to make it mine. Like that, basically type yandere shit. So yeah, basically what Izuku, alright, is sharing with Diablo. 350 years with Diablo, he fucking gets Diablo's personality, like full on Diablo's personality. Doesn't give a fuck and like that. Basically, like he basically doesn't give a fuck, and his dick size increased from like 10 inches to fucking 20, and once he has a bonus 30. So yeah, what Izuku, alright, he's just like what do you call it? Just training with Diablo. Then what? After 350 years, he's mastered all of Diablo's spells, and he's created his own spells, like creation spells, and basically like teleportation to anywhere spells, not like go back spells. Wait, I'm pretty sure Diablo has that spell. Oh no, he doesn't. He doesn't. Izuku created that spell. So yeah, what Diablo Alright, for the last 50 years, it says, I'm going to train you on strategy and on battle experience. So he kept fighting Deku for 50 years straight, non-stop, and Izuku getting battle experience. Because he didn't only fight him, he also summoned like some high-ranking high, and he got some experience in fighting. So yeah, basically after the high, he wakes up from the coma. Though he gets set free because they didn't find out that Uraka killed him, but they found out that it wasn't Deku because they checked the fingerprints on the high, and I must say that Uraka's quirk mixer doesn't have any fingerprints. So what? They checked that nobody even fucking touched it, and they checked the cameras at the house. They saw Izuku didn't even fucking put it in the high. They thought it was just a masked lady that did it. They said, "Oh shit," but they didn't. But they informed All Might. So Izuku basically, once they said you're free, kid, Izuku basically like teleported out of the prison. Basically kept walking. And I'ma say he kept walking throughout the streets. Alright. Basically, what he went to an alleyway. The what he saw a fucking portal open up. He sensed like something magic like mana being used right in front of him, in the in the alley right in front of him. He basically sees an orange portal. You know those portals from like what do you call it, Stranger Things? Those type of portals, alright, like the orange colored. What and then yeah, you see Yui come out, and by the way, Yui is yandere, like full on yandere for him. So yeah, what she comes out, she has hearts in her eyes. So what she goes, runs to him, basically like hugs him, kisses him, basically like she said, basically she's in her mind, "You're all mine, you're all mine, nobody else's. If anybody tries to touch you or take you away from me, I'll kill them." Basically, so she starts dragging him into the boat. Izuku says, "What the fuck?" Like saying, "What the fuck? What the hell is happening?" So she basically pushes him onto the bed, and while she nuts all over him, says, "Oh, you don't know how long I've waited for this fateful day. Then I'll finally meet you, Diablo-san, Diablo-kun." Or so she basically went, pulled down his pants, saw the fucking 20-inch. Alright, she got fucking horny. Alright, she got fucking horny. Though she started like licking the top, like licking all over it. Then what? Basically, she started going down and down. Basically, going even further. Basically, but Izuku, but like yeah, basically what she was sucking it, and like for an hour straight, Izuku kept holding on. Though he basically came in her mouth. Alright, then what? She basically they just did this for fucking weeks straight. Alright, and I'm gonna say that a day in hell is like I'm gonna say like um a day in hell uh is like 4 to 5 hours in the real world. No, 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 like an actual minute, a minute in the real world. So basically, the hyperbolic time chamber. So yeah, and by the way, and the demons can live for over like billions of years. Basically, they're immortal of age. All right. So yeah, and if the demons die, they nothing happens to them. They just go back to hell, or like they just God takes them away. So yeah, but I'm not doing anything. I'm not killing her off and making Deku fight God. No, 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 no. What Deku? Alright, he basically he's getting fucked by her. She basically like is riding him like that. She's giving him doggy style, to show German Leopard style. Basically, she's like he's basically sticking it in, and she's just in and out really fast until to the point where they're almost as fast as the Flash while they're doing it. And she's a moaning mess like, Diablo can go harder, harder, go darling. Once he came, she said darling, basically like that, and she gained like 2 hearts because it grew to a 30 inch, and she noticed that. So yeah, basically they kept fucking for a week straight, and basically for this was like during the 10 months, all right, 10 months of training. So Izuku and her have been going on dates, alright. They've been fucking a lot, basically, alright. And Izuku has grown a crush on her. He's like, if anybody tries to hurt her, he will fucking go Broly berserk. And if any girl tries to steal away Izuku, she will fucking go yandere mode. So yeah, what? So basically, what? I'm gonna say that Deku, alright, because of his creation, he created a lot of money. So he created a lot of money and bought a mansion on Earth so that the heroes don't get suspicious. So yeah, what Izuku, alright, and Yui, they live in the mansion. I need to get some more hype in this. I'm sorry, my G's. I'm going to get more hype in this. I'm not going to fucking be all tired and shit. Alright? Because we recorded this like fucking 3 times. Fucking 3 times on the fucking PC to a collab between me and What If Deku, but it didn't fucking work. So yeah. Well, Izuku and Yui, alright? They were like Izuku was walking down the street, alright? And he told about everything that happened, that how his girlfriend was cheating on him, and how basically he was cheating on him with his like torturist or like person that kept torturing him all of his childhood, and basically how she framed him that she killed his parents, and how she framed him just because she wanted the money, and Yui wants to kill her. So yeah, what Izuku basically was walking down the street and to going to his house. So Amazi Uraka was passing by. Then she saw Izuku going to this house. She figured out that he's rich, so she says, "Izuku can thank goodness you're out of prison." He just ignored it, teleported in. Alright, then what? She basically like rang on the doorbell. Then what? Yui came out and fucking killed Uraka right then and there. Then what? She teleported into hell and she burned the body and removed everybody's memory of Uraka and her parents ever existing. She even killed Uraka's parents. So basically, what? Deku is basically like no Yui. Alright, she was in hell. Alright, once she was in hell, what she basically went to Uraka basically once she was like tied up basically with chains that nobody can break, or like that. So what? She went to her and she basically said in Yandere tone, Yanni mode activated. Hello there, floaty bitch. You did that to my darling, so I'm going to fucking
torture you for the rest of eternity. So beware and enjoy. He might give me a reward for this. I'm prepared.
So when she goes to Izuku, and she's covered in blood. And Izuku sees her covered in blood. He said, "What did you do, Yui? Why are you covered in blood?" She said,
Oh, nothing. I just killed Floaty Bitch.
and once he heard "Floaty bitch" killed, basically he grew like a little bit of hearts in his eyes, basically for Yui. Alright, that's when the crush began even bigger for her, but not like that way, basically. Well, he just went to her, he said, "Yui." She said, "What is it, darling?" Well, he just went basically and kissed her, and basically said, "Thank you," like that, and basically like fucking, basically kissed her, and basically like, and yeah, basically like they started fucking, and basically basically because of the 30-inch, alright, that he has now with his boner, alright, she fucking became a more of a yonder. Like if any girl tries to steal him away, she will, or like get close to him or do anything like perverted time to take him away, she will kill them. So yeah, basically what at the UA entrance exam, because Izuku told her about the UA entrance exam, that how Izuku wants to steal All Might's spotlight and take revenge on All Might and take his spotlight away, and basically so that he can also like protect some people like that. So yeah, basically, well, they went to the US exam. They were holding hands on the way in. Alright, they were basically the speech that, oh lord, the speech that Person Mike gave, alright, to the students basically before all the exams. Well, she was sitting on his lap, basically like just hugging him, but she was like just like rubbing her face across his face, basically like chin to chin, basically like basically like that, and playing with his hair. What Ira got angry from that, and what he basically like called them out, and basically like that, and then Izuku just stood up, put her back on the chair. Oh, he just got down and just fucking beat his ass. All right, and then what? He just went back and sat down and put an illusion that he sees their true demon forms. So yeah, hold on, guys. I will be right back. So, anyways, what? I'm back. Izuku basically put an illusion. And what Ira saw their true demon forms, and what he fucking made he's fucking treats them like king and queen. So what? At the fucking writing exam, they sat next to each other. Alright, and they basically held hands while they're writing the exam. And I must say that because the Izuku's like technically a demon lord, and you is like the daughter of the demon lord, what Izuku and Yui, what they have 100% of the brain. Nizu has 60% of his brain, and basically all the humans on Earth have like 10% of their brain. Like except for like people with super intelligence quirks, they have like 30 to 40% of the brain. Like if they have the same quirk as Nizu, maybe 50 or 60. So yeah, and enhancement is like removing some of the brain things on muscles. So yeah, and and they have mana, but they can only use it on their quirks and nothing else. And they have turbo mana control. Basically, it's just like on the quirks. That's it. So yeah, what Deku? Alright, he was basically like at the fighting exam. Well, they got the same area. Then what? The Prison Mike said, and they made a deal that they will all use 1% and they will only use one spell. And by the way, Deku's fire is like Dobby's blue flames, but much more blacker and darker blue, and much more deadlier. So yeah, what Prison Mike said three. Once he said three, they both ran out and just basically run out, and they started using like fire spells and like that, and fucking destroyed the robots with either kicking, punching, or just using like fire spells. So yeah, well they got, Izuku was getting like 2,000 points, and you was getting like 1,999. Like that's their final score. But then the zero pointer comes, Izuku basically does like that. You know the Madara versus Shinobi Alliance, like Majestic Destroyer Flame. Yeah, he does a fireball as big as that, and fucking melts the Zoom pointer. All right, I must say, Tsuyu was under the rubble, so what? He took off the rubble, healed her leg, and walked off. And she had hearts on her eyes, and Yui saw that. But see, what's like Tsuyu? What's like Izuku walked away. What Tsuyu? What Yui? Tsuyu had said, "Yonder remote activated."
Hey, you frog bitch, if you dare take away my darling, I will show you no mercy and I'll kill you and your whole family. So don't you dare take him away. Or got that, you frog bitch?
So what? Basically, Tsuyu got scared because she was also releasing a lot of bloodlust. So basically, what? She caught up to Izuku, and then what? Yeah. Basically, what? They went home, and then what? For this week, they just like was like hanging out. I was like going on dates and like that. So, like the letter comes into their like fake house, like the mansion on Earth. Though it was Nezu. So what Nezu basically like said, hello there, Diablo-san and Yui-sama. Uh, we I would like to tell you that both of you have passed with Diablo with a whopping 2,000 scores in the fighting exam, and and both of you and you Yui got 1,999 on the practical and the fighting exam, and uh, and you both tied on the writing and the on the practical or the writing exam, and you even corrected almost all of my questions. Good job. Welcome to My Hero Academia. and then what? Basically, All Might came up and said, "Young Midoriya, young Diablo, welcome to your Hero Academia. Young Diablo, I would like to speak to you later on." Once Izuku saw All Might, he didn't even fucking read he didn't even listen. Once he saw All Might's face, he fucking punched the thing, fucking breaking it with a lot of bloodlust. Alright, and Yui got fucking horny from that. She said, "Oh, that bloodlust." Then what she basically like he saw, she basically like pulled his face, like turned his face to the side, and she fucking kissed him, and they started making out. And then what she basically like pulled down his pants and like that. She started like riding him up and down. Speed force, my G, fucking the flesh in the up in this bitch. And he came in her. And by the way, demons cannot have children. So that's just so that you know. So yeah, what Deku and her have been having sex for about a long time. So yeah, Deku, alright, he goes to the first day of UA. Well, they're walking in, holding hands. They open, then Izuku sees the door, says, I've seen bigger doors. So he just walks in, and then he sees like two chairs like far away from each other. So he just makes. He also has, by the way, reality manipulation, and he has like reality manipulation, creation. So he manipulates the reality one and makes the chair has like a double seated like double. So what? Him and Yui sit on the same chair basically. They share a desk and a chair. So then what, Mr. Azawa? Then what? The girls see Izuku, they're fucking like horny as shit because yeah, because Diablo, my man. So what they fucking want to go up to him and like that, but Yui is basically like, giving them the stares. And then what, Mr. And then what? He says, "Shut up, everybody! Mr. Azawa, the teacher's going to wake up." Though they all immediately shut up. Then what Mr. Azawa said, you all shut up in 2 seconds. Good, good job, but you need to work on that a little more." So basically, he said, put on these uniforms and go outside. Basically, I don't care. And then what? Because I killed off Uraraka. Invisible Ghost says, "What about orientation like that?" He says, I don't care about orientation. Orientation, this is my class, and I can do whatever I want with my class. Like that. And Izuku like that type of attitude. If he sees Mr. Aizawa as his favorite teacher now. So they both immediately just stood up and took the things and left out. And what he said, follow their example like that. And if you think that Minara will pick, no, it's the girls that will pick on Izuku. So what? At the fucking changing room, Izuku's as buff as Diablo. All right, he's two times buffer than Diablo. Basically, like half. He's basically like as buff as three times as much buffer as Future Trunks, or just as buff as Goku. Yeah, buff as Goku. So he's changing, and the boys are fucking like looking at him. And then what? Minora found the hole, and when he tried to peek through, then when he saw another eye, and then he got terrified, then he just fucking passed out. Momo was seeing that Izuku's really buffing like that, and she was basically like a little bit nose bleeding. Then what? She just took it out, like took out the nose bleeding, and then what? Yeah, then what? All the girls were like peeking except Yui. Then what? Yui looked over and saw that all the girls are peeking on Izuku or Diablo. Then what? She yandere mode activated.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Then they just look over and they say, "Oh, we're spying on Diablo. You want to join in?" She says, and then what? She basically activates Super Yandere mode, creates a knife in her hand. She says,
If you ever dare to take him away from me, or even try to do something or pick on him, I'm going to kill you all. I'm going to torture you in hell like that floaty bitch.
so then they're fucking scared. So then what? They just go outside. Or he throws the ball to Zuko or Diablo. He says, "Throw this with all your strength." Diablo got the ball and then what? Just threw it with like 10% and basically like got infinity. And Yui basically threw it and got infinity. So yeah, and Izuku then up the race, like Ira said, sorry, I'm going to win this one. Though they said go, Izuku just teleported to the front really easily, like in 0.0001 seconds. So yeah, what Yui? So Izuku basically on the jumping, he fucking can fly. Basically, he gets first in everything. That's all I can say, and Yui gets second, or they tie in some things. So yeah, what Izuku's first, Yui's second. Momo's third, Toroki's fourth, and Bakugo's fifth. So then, yeah, basically what, like, so then what, Izuku basically, just like, after that, a few days pass by, what, Izuku basically is getting more and more of a crush, and basically he didn't confess to her, she confessed to him, but he didn't confess to her yet, which is going to play a key role in the Yandere scenes, so yeah, but not right now, it's later on, so what, Izuku can feel, I can hear bum bum bum, and he can sense Madna, so he says it was All Might. So then what? Basically, I said, push through the door like a coming through the door like a normal person. Everybody fucking cheers, alright? And by the way, Izuku, alright? He's just like, he's just like, just releases a lot of demonic bloodlust, but nobody can sense it except Yui. And it was like 5%, and she got fucking horny, or horny, alright? So what? Basically, she asked that like if she can go to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom and fucking nodded all over the wall. So basically, she nodded all over the wall. She said, "Once I go home, I'll fuck him like that." So what? Basically, what she then they went outside. Yui's hero costume is basically like a female version of Diablo's costume, and Izuku Diablo wears the same thing, basically as Diablo. But he doesn't have the ring yet because I'm going to put that way later on, and you can see where this is going. So basically, so what? Like Ida says, why are we in randoms like that and not pick our own teams? Though Ida is and Izuku says we're in randoms because whenever you're fighting people, you might get up with you might be like fighting a villain or a bad person. Or you might be fighting like a person with you might be fighting side by side by a person you don't know what is his quirk. So this is like basically like training on that basically. So Ida says okay. Then what? All pairs up Izuku and Yui versus Bakugo and Todoroki. So uh, uh, Yui wants to kill Bakugo, and by the way, and also because Deku, All Might hates Deku, um, also Tokoyami is there because I'm gonna say Dark Shadow is like a low-ranking demon, and he never bullied Izuku because he knew he's the reincarnation of Diablo, right? It was only Tokoyami. So what Izuku basically so what the, Izuku or Diablo set free Dark Shadow once they were in middle of class. He put it in like another host and gave him like a weaker version of like Dark Shadow. So yeah, what Izuku, alright, he was like just just fucking just going in there with Yui. Though he told Yui to go find the bomb, she said okay, darling. Though she just fucking kissed him on the cheek, then she just went. And then what Izuku basically Bakugo tried to say, "Damn Deku! Why did you tell me about this?" Basically, just went tried to explode Deku. Deku basically like nullified the explosion. Alright, basically he was behind him. I'm gonna say Yui didn't fully leave, so she was seeing, and she saw that Izuku went behind him, neck chopped him, and then what broke both of his arms and legs, and basically like just chokehold him for like 5 minutes, and then put him on the ground. She was fucking horny from that power. She's likes him for his personality, like caring. She likes him for his looks also. She likes him for like him being also overprotective. And also she also likes him because of his power, but mostly like because of his personality and looks. But like mostly his personality. She likes him for who he is. So yeah. They will cheat on each other because Yui will never cheat on Izuku basically because she's a yandere, and Izuku won't cheat on Yui because he loves Yui too much, but he doesn't want to admit it yet. But he's going to admit it like later on in a funny way. So yeah, basically what Izuku basically like told her if like she wanted to kill Todoroki and Tokoyami. There's a why are you with that loser like that? Basically like he's a loser and he will always be a loser. He's basically like hi basically talking shit about Izuku, and then she became yandere, and when she wanted to kill him right away, then what Izuku basically told her, if you do not kill them, I'll give you 5 years of sex. She said deal, 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 deal. So what she fucking in her head, the what she basically beat them to a bloody pulp, not killing them, put them like in a 1 week coma. And then Izuku said, I told her not to kill them. She said, you told me not to kill them, but you didn't tell me not to injure them. But once we get home, I'm getting my reward. Izuku said, sure. No, she basically didn't say I'm getting my reward. So what? They touched the bone together, and then they see, and almost his hero team wins. So what they bring all of them to the recovery girl, or Izuku heals them all up. All right. Then basically what the what basically because of all the power because high, what she was already horny but she's even more horny. What she basically dragged him into hell, like she put him into hell basically. She pushed him onto the bed. And then what she basically took off her pants and she fucking squirted like a lot on him. You see, he looks like he just came out of the shower. So what basically she said?
I'm going to enjoy having sex with you, darling, for 5 years.
Then what she basically went and fucking started sucking his dick, like, all of that shit. Just like, I'm just doing with my finger, my man. Why am I doing that? I'm fucking gay. No homo. Though. I'm not sus though. I'm not sus. I'm just like making you. Some people like actually wanted me to go further into detail. So you're welcome. I'm making it more detailed. So yeah, the what she basically started writing him like reverse flash basically, and they did reverse doggy style, and what they did like doggy style, they did all of that shit like that. And then what Izuku basically, well, she gave him like a brush job. She removed her bra, removing her big tits. Though she basically like started putting her his dick bit in between. Then what she started like moving her tits up and down really fast. And then what he came on her face. And then what she basically licked all or like ate all of it or like drank all of it. So yeah, basically for 5 fucking years, right? He come to her around 200 times, count on her mouth like fought over 200 times, and come on her face 200 times. So yeah, and then what Izuku basically, there were a couple like I'm gonna say that they're in the cafeteria, right? They're in the cafeteria, alright. Yui told Izuku to sit down here. I'm going to go get us some food because she wants Izuku to eat what she brings. She wants to test out if he will eat whatever she brings. So you what? So basically, what Izuku basically was like sitting down alone. In the what? There many girls approached him. Then what? Uh, Basically saw Yui coming. Though I showed a lot of bloodlust, and Yui could sense the bloodlust. She got even more horny, but she could handle herself. So yeah, basically what she went and basically the girls basically ran away from being terrified. So she sat down next to him. She brought him like some really spicy what was it chicken, right? Because she will see if he trusts her enough, all right? So he basically ate it, and they said, "Oh, it's good." She said, "Ah." It's like she basically she was like say here, and then I basically like darling like boyfriend girlfriend shit. She was basically like giving me a hand job under the table, alright, and basically because he told her that he will come a little bit faster since he came on her hand, so what she basically licked all the cum under the table, and when he just put back the dick inside, so not inside like inside of his pants, and the what basically like the alarm goes up beep. Basically like who that we're under attack, villains are attacking the school. It was going like that. I'm gonna say one of the kids bumped Yui and made her fall on the ground with all the food going on top like on her head and like that. And then what Izuku basically got angry. So he just like released massive amounts of bloodless, like bloodless binding, alright, but a bit million times scarier. Basically, like I'm gonna say like he released like 20% of his bloodlust, and then he said, "All of you, shut the fuck up and sit back down." Or that's just the media, and you're supposed to be heroes in training. So why are you afraid? And even if you were afraid, we have All Might. You guys have All Might. You have f- a lot of UA teachers at the school. So don't be fucking afraid and sit back down before I forcefully make you sit down. The other all scared, the one they just go sit down. And the way he just basically like removes all the food from her head. He said, "Are you okay, Yui?" Basically basically like cleaning her, basically like that. And she got horny, alright. And basically like he basically like, cleaned her and with magic and like that. and basically like she said like yeah, she basically whispered in her ear, let's go to the bathroom. Then Izuku basically said okay. Then they go to the bathroom basically. Well, then they teleport back into hell, and they fucked for like 3 hours. Basically, I'm going to detail for every 18 plus. So she starts sucking on his dick or look at the top. Then what? He basically how does she become even more yandere? He starts going a little bit aggressively. So he starts pushing her head even more into it, and she basically starts sucking the whole thing. So she's basically like even more of a yandere, because yeah. And basically, he started like fucking her, like he started carrying on fucking her while making out with her. Like she has her arms around his back and her hands around his neck, right? And they're fucking making out when he's fucking her in the ass. So yeah, basically, then what? Then the USJ comes up. Right, then Mr. Zhao says, put on your costumes or your UA uniforms and get to the bus. So what? They go to the bus. I would say Izuku's asleep, and Yui was called by Mr. Aizawa. So what, Mr. So what? Like the girls, what one went there and sat on his lap. Basically, I wanted to like wanted like to sit with him like that, and basically that. So what? Yui came back and she saw that. I think she went yandere. Basically, she released a lot of bloodlust, and what? On, basically, Mr. Aizawa was terrified. The girls were terrified. The what he told her in her mind, if she doesn't like kill them, it's 20 years or 10 years. She said deal, 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 deal. Basically, the what she basically went and basically brutally like beat all of them, and Izuku healed them all up. And what at the USJ, when 13 comes out, she thinks Izuku's hot, but she won't do anything. So what, like she's explaining about quirks and like that, but Izuku and Yui don't care. Though Izuku told Mr. Aizawa, and Mr. Yui told Yui and Izuku to Mr. Aizawa to evacuate all the students. So they evacuate all the students, Izuku and Mr. Aizawa. So yeah, basically, hold on, no, I'll be right back. So yeah, what Izuku saw all the villains. Like Izuku and Aizawa saw all the villains. Then what they just agreed, nodded their head. Then what they just went down and started beating on them. Motherfuckers Shinobi alliancing them. Then what the Nomu comes out and Shigure says, "Nomu, kill Nomu, beat that teacher up and kill that student." So Nomu beat the Aizawa the same way, but Izuku's going to heal him. Then what Izuku basically like got mad. Alright, and this is what happens to the Nomu. So basically, imagine that happening, but it's like in the air. So Deku kicked him up in the air, and he fucking did a Rock Lee versus Gara for the three gates, third gates. Basically, he did that to Gara, or he did that to the Nomu. But the final thing, not it wasn't on his stomach. It was like on his head and crushed his head. So Izuku beat the Nomu like without a sweat. So yeah, and Yui was fucking horny. So yeah, basically what Deku so what so Shigaraki threw a temper tantrum, and then what they just left. The what Yui thought that Izuku was a little bit hurt or something like that. She went there and she said, "Are you okay, darling?" Then he said, "Yeah, I'm okay." But are you okay? Then basically she said, "Huh?" He said, "Yeah, are you okay? Did the impact of like high hurt you anything?" She said, "No." Basically, he said, "Thank goodness." So basically, she saw that he didn't care about himself, but he cared about her more. So yeah, she grew more of a yandere. So I'm gonna say that this like 1 month, Momo got a plastic surgery. So yeah, and Izuku and Yui, they fucked. All right, that's all I gotta say. They fucked. So yeah, if this gets age restricted, it's not my problem. All right, I'm having too much fun with this. So yeah, what Deku? All right, and Deku basically at the sports festival. What is like before the sports festival, I would say in class, well, there's like an hour before the sports festival. Momo goes up and puts up his hand and puts it in between her breasts, and Zuko basically tries to remove it, but he can't because he's not afraid of like the high. He's afraid that Yui is going to kill her. So Yui comes in and she sees that, and like all the girls trying to do high. The what basically she goes there, you super young anymore. She's about to slice their heads off right then and there. As I said, at the brink of time. If you don't kill her, I'll do anything you want. The what clicked her mind. Anything, 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 anything. Like it echoed anything, 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 anything. She didn't kill them, but she fucking made them all hurt. And Izuku basically healed them up. She said, like whispering here, I'm going to have fun tonight. Izuku basically like, because he said anything instead of like the specific amount of years. He just said anything. So yeah, what Izuku? All right, at the sports festival. What like basically what basically what she went to like at the sports festival. What at the race, all right, like at the speech, what Midnight says, may the class 1A representative come up and say an inspiring speech. So what, Izuku came up and she fucking got horny, but because hey, she fell in love at first sight, but hey, Izuku doesn't care about anybody except Yui. So he was given an inspirational speech to the point where Stain actually gives heroes chances, like beats them to a bloody pulp. The what, like gives them a second chance basically to make them better heroes. So yeah, so his is now he's not the hero hunter, he's not the hero killer, but the hero hunter. Basically, he hunts heroes, and and basically he's changing heroes, but like he kills them if they don't change. So yeah, the hero killer still. So Izuku basically at the race they say 3, 2, 1, begin. Izuku carries her body style, and then he just goes to the end, and she gets even more yandere, and she's fucking horny more too, because why? He carried her bridal style, and she thinks that he, she never thought that Izuku will do that to her unless they're married. So he did that. So she's fucking like she's getting images of like them getting married. So that's why she gets more yandere. So yeah, and then what? At the cavalry battle, Izuku and Yue team up alone. So he told Midnight, "Hey Midnight, can me and Yue team alone, be a team alone?" She said, "Okay," immediately. Then they said, "Begin." Izuku basically carried over just flew up to the moon because they don't need to breathe. The what? I would say the cavalry battle is 2 hours. All right. And then what? She basically like as of this pants, then what they started fucking. Alright, I'm gonna say that they clocked themselves so that it looks like that they aren't actually on the moon because if somebody used a telescope, they'll find them having sex. So no, I'm not doing that. So she pulls on the pants, and what it hits her on the face basically, the 30 inch because he had a boner. So she basically started sucking it like that. I must say he came in her mouth, basically. Izuku basically like told her that he's going to come faster, basically. So he basically came in her mouth 3 times. Basically, she's only giving him a blowjob on this one because hey, she doesn't want anybody to like smell like. Hi, so what? He came in her mouth 3 times. Basically, and her body became big. Have come basically. Then what? It went back to normal size because hey, there's nothing called pregnancy for demons. So yeah, what? Then they got first place for the 1v1s. Izuku versus Shinto. Shinto talks crap about Yui. Though, like he's going to no, Truxo talks crap about Okrasone. Izuku doesn't care that what he just punches him off, and then basically he just like gives him like the same Tokunojutsu, and then Izuku versus Todoroki. He just basically like he's basically like just jumping around basically that and just like giving him the same Tokunojutsu and basically was Todoroki through the same fire blast. Izuku was behind him and he was unscratched. And basically Todoroki was knocked out. Izuku versus Bakugo. Ooh, Izuku versus Bakugo. This is what happens. But hey, you cannot deny that's one of the best fight scenes. Alright? So, also, he beat him that way, specifically that way. And he was trying to explode him, but he was trying to use explosions as a defense. But, what do you call it? Uh, Izuku was fucking like beating him around, just beating him like a fucking Rocky versus Gara. So yeah, the what the what Izuku basically beat him up. And then he said, you're not worthy of that quirk. You're not worthy of anything. You're just a piece of scum." And he just said that under his breath. Nobody heard it, not even Bakugo. You heard it. So she was horny. She was already horny because he released bloodlust because Bakugo threatened. No, she was already she was horny because of that, but she wasn't like horny enough to then nothing. But she was horny. So yeah, that's Deku versus Monoma. I'm adding this fight because plot. The what? Basically, just fucking imagine, uh, like Monoma versus Izuku. Monoma comes up, and then he just talks crap. And then what? Izuku doesn't give a fuck. Then Monoma says, "After this battle, I'm going to go and steal your girl. Here, steal your girl. Steal your girl. Steal your girl. Steal your girl." In his brain, steal your girl. Steal your girl. The way he basically releases 40% of his bloodlust. At Monoma, he says, "Oh, what did you say? You're going to pay." He just basically went and just beating him like, this is what he did. This is what he did. The sheer amount of bloodlust and that fucking kick ass, like he just fucking went and put him on the ground. He just did a Levi. He just created a thing because they watched Attack on Titan. He just kicked him how Levi kicked Aaron. Oh lord, I'm going to have fun with this. So what, Deku? Alright, I have to study later on. So yeah. Well, he was fucking kicking the shit out of Monma, though he fucking won. And let's go to Yui's fights. Yui versus Momo. Yui says like yonder more activated for the rest of the fights.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to beat you up because I'm going to. Because you want to steal my darling, I'm going to kill and beat you up. Because I'm not going to kill you. Because my darling told me not to.
Because in her head she doesn't say this out loud because
I will fuck him for 100,000 years straight.
But like she's going to create like a hyperbolic time chamber that like it's going to be like a day outside, but it's like 100,000 years for them. So yeah, basically what Deku or Yui basically was beating the fuck out of Momo. Beating the beating, the beating, the beating. What I mean the beating, I mean the beating. All right. Then she got first place. Then it was Tsui's turn. Though basically she said,
"Yeah, well, if it isn't Frog Bitch, I'm going to enjoy beating the living crap out of you."
so basically she went fucking beating their asses. Like she beaten Tsuyu's ass, she beat Mina's ass, Jiro's ass, fucking Invisible Girl's ass. She beat all of like Kasumi girls basically. There's Izuku versus Yue. What Izuku? Then they both said at the same time, I forfeit." Basically, the what? Yue. And then they said, "Who will get first place?" Izuku said, "Let her get first place. She deserves it more than me." Then Yue says, "No, he deserves it more than me." The what? Basically, then what? Izuku says, "No, you get it, you get it, Yui." She said, "No, you get it, darling." No. Then what? He said, "No, you get it." So he basically slapped her on the back of the head. She said, "No, you will get it." Then Izuku was scared of her. Like, even though he's stronger than her, he's still scared of her because like he has that Goku type, like scared of his wife. So yeah, what? So yeah, so what? The final battle is All Might versus Izuku. Izuku's going to enjoy beating the living crap out of him. All right, they say, "Oh, he's literally going to fight a kid." Like that, then All Might said, "I'm going to beat you, and I'm going to show that that I'm going to beat you." Like he said, "I'm going to beat you," and like that, and Izuku said, "All right, fine." So what? This is what happens. Like instead of like the eight gates, alright, he just went in there and just kicked him in the fucking side and made him spit out of blood and then just boof in the wall. All Might was knocked out. All Might can only be a hero for an hour now. And Izuku won against All Might. I told you I'm going to have fun with this shit. So, anyways, yeah. What Izuku? I'm going to make this one shot because I'm going to make this at least 4 to 5 fucking hours. All right, I'm going to have fun with this shit. All right, because yeah, I'm going. I want to beat Anime E's record. All right, I'm going to beat Anime E's record. All right, don't worry, boys. We're going to do this. All right. So yeah, what Deku? I'm going to add a lot of fucking details on this if I want to make it 5 fucking hours. So they basically are walking home. Like Izuku gets first place, and Yu is horny because why? People could see like he made them night guy form, but like not at the eight gates. He just went on high, the night guy form, and just charged at him and did their kick on him. So yeah, what Izuku basically said, "How does it feel to be beaten by your ex-successor, the person that you thought was a villain, the person that you thought you trusted, but then you turned your back on, the person that you betrayed, beat you, and you're now completely helpless, worthless. Now you cannot do anything. Hmm. Just how I felt once you imprisoned me. So you're going to feel the same thing I felt." So what? He just walked away. Then Yui heard every single word. She was happy and horny at the same time. So yeah, like he came like to the same area. Though she said, "Hey, darling," she jumped on him basically like that. He's like, rubbing her face to face. He said, "Darling, good job," like that. He said, "Thanks." He said, "Thanks, Yui." Basically, they were walking home because Izuku told her, "Let's walk home because I kind of wanna feel like a little bit fresh air." I'm gonna say some of the girls actually tried to like go ahead and stab her in the back once Izuku went to the bathroom, right? But like she basically beat them up, and she healed them, and then she put them back to where they were and moved them, and basically, yeah, and basically what? Zuko came out and said, "What happened?" She said, "No, nothing, darling." They said, "Okay, Yui." Then what? They went home. The what? She what? Zuko said, "I'm going to sleep. I'm kind of tired." She said, "Yeah, I'm going to sleep too." Though they went to sleep, Yui went to sleep for like an hour. Then what? She woke up at like the middle of the night. Look, she woke up in the middle of the night. All right. Then what? She said, "All right, time to activate Plan A." Basically, because why? They're going to have sex like the 100,000 year thing. Yeah. Once I fucking finish this fucking funny joke. All right. Well, she basically went and murdered Momo and her family and and took all the money. All right, and made them and removed everybody's memory of the Yare Rosa family and put some money into UA, so that and made them think and put in their memories that they have this much money, but they're saving for something, but they don't know what it is. So yeah, and basically she killed Mina and Tsuyu's family because she killed only the three of them. The rest, like, and she removed everybody's memory that they even existed. So yeah, well, she came to the house like with blood all over her and like that, and she made everybody look like she put a genjutsu on herself that that she looks normal, alright, and like that. So what? Yeah. Then she came to the house. Alright, she came to the room because they honestly they have a bathroom in the room. The what? She was like, she said, "Now you can be together forever. Nobody will take me away from." Once she said from, the what is basically like, the what he basically was half asleep. Just put her like next to him, like, you. She said, darling, I have to go take a shower. Could you let me go me now? Then he said, you, I don't want you to go. Basically, like, I love you, you. You're the only one for me. She said, "What?" She wanted to listen, because once she said those words, she wanted to listen 100%. No matter what happens, or no matter how you look like, or no matter how you look like, no matter what happens to you, I will always love you no matter what. You're the first person to ever actually recognize me as a person, and not as just a loser or a person like that. I love you with all my heart, you. I don't want to lose you, no matter what. And if I lose you, I will murder all of humanity, and I will fight God Himself so that I can get you back. Sorry, guys, I'm sick. So, once she heard those words, basically she became Yandere fucking fucking Yandere way too almost off the charts at this point. I said, "Oh, I didn't know." She said, That's what he felt about me? Oh, I thought this was one sided, but I love you too." You see, like, I love you too, Yui. I love you too, honey. And once she heard honey, she said, wait, did he call me honey? "Mm, I'm I'm preparing myself mentally so that I can marry you. To have the courage to marry you. But basically like that. And once she heard those, she fucking turned as red as a tomato. Basically like that. No, no, no. I want it to be a surprise. So basically, she once she heard like those words, except the marriage part, she didn't hear. He was just mumbled to himself. She didn't hear it. So she said, "I, oh, I didn't know he felt like that, but he's going to be mine. Anybody who looks at him looks at lustful eyes. I'll kill them. He loves me too. Now I'm sure he won't cheat on me, and he will never. And he's mine and only mine." Is it good, dear, darling? Basically said, darling. Basically, before he fell asleep fully, he said, "Darling, I love you too." He basically fell asleep. Basically, because he was tired. Basically, because why? He didn't fall asleep for a couple of years, my man. Cause hey, you know what happens with you? She horny as hell. So yeah, basically she fucking now wants to keep him with her, no matter what. So she didn't even bother to remove the blood. So she basically like gave him a hand job. She was giving a hand job. He was like, basically, like he's basically dreaming that he's having sex with Yue, but in real life he's actually having sex with Yue. So what he basically he basically like comes on her hand, okay, or comes on her face, and then she drinks all of it, and then what? She starts fucking him on his sleep. hmm Then he wakes up the next day. The way he sees Yue with blood all over his head. Yue, what happened? You see, she said, I didn't know you feel that. Yue, what happened? Why are you covered in blood? Then she said, I didn't know you felt that way about me. I love you. Then she said, I love you too, darling. Then basically, what Izuku, remember what he said? Then basically, he turned around and said, yeah, I do love you that way. You're the only one for me. That's why I said those words. I was planning them for something else, but it came out in my sleep because I was practicing them. The what she thought why would the what she figured out marriage. He might say it in his marriage or like hi. So yeah. No, she didn't figure it out. She didn't figure it out because I want this to be a fucking surprise once he marries to her. So she basically like gets horny and becomes red. She says, "How did I? How did I find like a boyfriend that sleeps above me like that? How did I find like that a boyfriend a guy that sleeps above me, and fucking nicest one of the best people on the planet and one of the most romantic and strongest people in the universe like that. How did I find him like that?" Then Izuku basically heard that and whispered into her ear, "No, I'm look." He said, "I no. How did I find your legs above me? How did I how I'm the luckiest person alive to have you as my girlfriend?" Basically, and then what? She got fucking turned red, and then what she said? She basically like went and they were fucking making out, and she was giving him a hand job or like a leg job, alright. They were basically like cuddling and fucking basically like making out non-stop. So yeah, basically that's what happens. So Izuku, alright, they go back to UA after the sports festival. Then yeah, basically what then what uh they enter into class basically, alright. Then what they get the same internships. Like Izuku doesn't go to Gran Torino, but like Izuku gets 5,000, UA gets 5,000, Turkey gets 3,000, Baku gets 1,000, and like that. They go to like a high-ranking demons like agency because that's like in the area where Stain is and like that. So basically, what they go to that area or that internship, and then he says, "Hello, how may I help you?" Then like he saw the horns, and then he was fucking scared. All right, he said, "Prince, Lady Yui, how may I help you?" He said, "Lady Yui and Diablo, how may I help you?" Though they said, "Can we internship here?" Basically, and he said, "Yeah, sure, anything for my or anything for the princess and the strongest demon in hell," because he was like a high-ranking demon. So yeah, what Izuku, alright, is like at the internship, he just like learns how to cook from Yui, or the demon teaches him like how to cook because this guy is like the best cook in hell, alright, and Izuku learns how to cook from him, and then he told Yui that he will cook for her, basically anything she wants. She said, "Can you make me some? Can you make me some frog soup and some like demonic ass fruit food like that, like from like from like the Monster Hotel, yeah, like that type shit." So yeah, Izuku and Yue tried the food and it was fucking amazing. So she was like even more horny and even more happy, and she felt even more lucky that she found him, or her father found him. So yeah, basically, the demon gave them like their own bedroom because he knew what happens between them. They know that they are like they know they are boyfriend and girlfriend. So yeah, basically, what the what basically the what the he says, I'll give you two permission basically, and yeah, he gave them the two the permission like for to use the quirks or abilities or demonic abilities. So yeah, they use so what they go around, and the Stain attack happens. Stain killed Ida's brother because he didn't listen the first two times, so he killed him the third time. Ida was fucking angry, and Stain killed Ida because fuck Ida, because he took one of the best girls and Izuku takes the hoe. No, G, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work around here. So yeah, so what Izuku and Yue, well, they went to, they saw Ida dead and high. Izuku said, "Do not. Why are you killing them like that?" Then Ida, then Stan says, "Because they don't. Because I warned them. I warned them the first two times, but they don't listen, so I killed them the third time." Then Izuku says, "Okay, but I have to bring you in, basically." And yeah, basically they were fighting. Izuku brings out like his weaker staff, because like brings out his staff, and they start sword battling. Alright, just imagine like it's just fucking unfair for Stain. He was beating him around. And Izuku basically knocked him out, and honestly, Stain used Bloodlust Binding to try to bind Izuku. Then Izuku used said that you call that bloodlust? I'll show you my bloodlust. He released like 50% of his bloodlust, and Yui was fucking horny, and what basically some of her what do you call it? Miracle water, or like how should I say this? Pussy water, or it was started to leak out. Like not, she was nutting in her pants. So I'm gonna say there was a portable toilet that was fucking disgusting. I'm gonna say from how much she spewed out like nutting, what she fucking cleaned that shit with her nutting. And she fucking yeah. She's like, I can't. She's like, I eat that bloodlust. Once I go home, I will give him I will fuck him. This is like that. So yeah, what Izuku, alright, but like Stain was like knocked out from fear of bloodlust like that, or the intensity. So they captured him. They said that you couldn't use a quirk. The pro hero demon, basically the high ranking demon, says, "Oh, I gave them my permission like that to use the quirks." They said, "Oh, really?" He said, "Yep, I did." So they got the credit, and basically, like the next day once they entered into class, they say, "You defeat the Hercules Stain?" He said, "I defeated all my." He said, "I defeated all my." So, like, why wouldn't it be special that I defeat? Why wouldn't it be like no? It would be like normal if I defeated Hercules Stain. They say, true." So basically, what they go back to their homes because there's nothing special, like just normal school days, like no school day. They just go back to their home, The what? The I'm gonna say a Yui has a sister, but Yui is the only ship, alright? So what? She was basically like trying to fuck Izuku while Yui was like in the bathroom, basically like taking a shit. So she fucking finished. Alright, she basically used magic to clean her ass up because yeah. Then what? She came out. Then she saw like her sister about to fuck Izuku. Then what? Basically, she basically went and went super yandere mode and killed her sister. Then what? She basically revived her again on the floor. And then what? She said,
If you dare to have to do it with my darling little sis, I'm going to kill you again, but I'm not making sure nobody revives you. Okay? So don't do it. That's all I gotta say. Okay, little sis?
then what? She basically said, yes, 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 okay, okay, okay. Basically, because she was afraid of her sister. So, yeah. What so what, Yue basically said, no, he said, it's ready. They were in there, the what, she said, 100,000 years in here is basically like a year outside in the demon world, which is basically around a month because I'm saying that because of the staying high, the rooms were also unleashed on UA, so yeah, basically, so they're preparing like not the dorms, but like they were preparing like they were making stronger defenses and basically like rebuilding UA because some of the high attacked UA. All right, or no, they just gave them 1 month break before the final exams. So yeah, what Izuku basically. Zuko basically in this 1 month, like he fucked Yue for 100,000 years, and basically his crush grew even more and more, and she became more of a yonder. Basically, any girl that tries to stare at him, she will fucking murder them, unless Izuku is there with her, then she won't murder them. So let's get back to Yue. I'm sorry, the whole time it was Yue, but like I put the picture of her sister, that's why. So yeah, it might be not that long as anime E, or yeah, it might be not that long, but it's like at least 2 hours or 3 hours, like the longest video I've ever made. So yeah, and after my exam on Tuesday, I'm going to try and make a 5 hour what if. Right, but I have to go into major details. So yeah, hold on, I'll be right back. So anyways, what Zuko's fucking you for 100 years, like deep throat, fucking everything. He's going even aggressive, basically like holding her like that. He was basically like, I'm gonna say that he like made clones of himself, and they all fucked her like from every side, and basically like that, and basically she had the best time of her life. So yeah, she was fucking so Izuku was fucking her non-stop for 100,000 years. So yeah, basically what Yue and Izuku, they basically go do the final exams. At the written part of the final exams, Izuku basically gets first place. Yue and him tie for first place. Then what in the final exams, it was Izuku versus every teacher in UA. So yeah, or no, for his final exams, because he beat All Might like that, he had to fight Mirio, Nejiri, and Tamaki. So just imagine this is what happens between them. This is what Mirio does. Alright, and Izuku goes behind him and does 1,000 years of death. And basically, for Najiri, what she sees like Izuku die. And for Sasuke, he put him underground. And for Tamaki, he just put him underground. So, yeah. So he just fucking Kakashi versus Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto type of shit at the tuning at the like fucking Genin exam. So yeah, basically, what what we're going to do is that hold on, give me a second. So yeah, basically what he fucking did that to Mio, Tamaki, and Najiri. So yeah, he just fucking did that to them, and yeah, basically he just like he was just reading like Miko. He was just reading a book, and nobody could understand it. Yui was like in the screen, but they couldn't see what type of book. He was just reading a book, all right, and it was how to propose, basically. Yes, how to propose. Like no, and he fucking hid it from Yui. Nobody can get it. And Yui said, "When did he have that book? I'm going to find out at home." So yeah, it might be 2 hours or 3 hours. I might know, don't know. So yeah, basically what Yui and Izuku. Well, Yui was basically versus like Midnight and Nezu and All Might. So she beat all of them up basically very easily. Then basically what Izuku and basically what once they got home, alright, and Izuku got her this ring, alright. He got her this ring, alright. And he, by the way, he wasn't at home for like a month. He didn't go to school for a month. I don't know they're at home for a month. So she missed him a lot. And once she came back, like after that month, she fucking fucked him for 20 years. So yeah, like she thought that he was cheating on her, but like Izuku was killing, it was killing the spirits of the last of like the old demon lords and the old Ten Commandments, so that he could put all the power into this ring and make it look like this, basically. So yeah, what Izuku? All right, he said, Yue, can you come to the kitchen for a second? Not to the kitchen. He basically like took her out on a date and like that. Basically, once they went on the date, they were going around basically like it's in the fireworks. It was in the middle of the crowd. The way he said Yue, the way she said yeah, like it was in a fucking restaurant. All right, he just got on one knee and basically he said, "Will you marry me?" Like that. Like all of them were fucking cheering because my man is proposing. She accepted, and like the restaurant were cheering like that because hey, if you don't know fucking real life or in my fucking in my country, or like yeah, or like in actual America, if you fucking propose, like people will cheer for you and like be happy for you because hey, marriage is a really good thing. So she basically like saw the ring. No, not in a restaurant. It's not in a restaurant, right? It's like at home, not at home, basically not at home. Well, it was like on a date, like in the fireworks, basically like that. He proposed to her, and basically he told she said, "When did you get this?" Basically put her on the ring, and then basically they kissed, and then she said, "When did you have the time to make this?" Like he said, "Remember that month? I went and collected. I went and defeated all the last demon lords, like the old demon lords and the old Ten Commandments, so that they could give me this ring, the ring of like." The ring that will basically that will be perfect for any woman, basically like that. I had to fight through so much so that I can get it for you. Then what she became ultra Miyande, ultra. All right, and basically in their wedding, the demon lord's there, all of hell is there, but they put on demon forms and they invited Mr. Aizawa because Mr. Aizawa was a G. Shota Aizawa was a G. So yeah, they invited Shota Aizawa, and yeah, basically they invited some of the angels, like all of the angels actually, except just the high ranking angels, that's it. They invited all of them to the marriage because, yeah. And basically, like, would you take her as your wife? He said, I do like that. We'll say some words. Basically, he said the same words that hi, but more like romantic like that. And she said the same word. She said like, once I did my eyes on you like that, basically blah 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 blah. I don't know type of shit on marriage, alright? I know fucking how to do dates, or I'll just learned it recently. Recently. Do you know how? I was fucking like testing out some shit online and I found out how to do dates perfectly. But for marriage words I get too fucking embarrassed. So I need to build up my courage to do that. So yeah. Basically, they propose and they had the marriage. Alright, and yeah, she wears this ring all the time. Izuku wears Diablo's ring, which is basically into this ring. Alright, he has this ring on. So yeah, they're married. Right, once they go to the school and they go to the training camp, what some guy noticed their rings, and then what they said Diablo, what are those rings for? Like, he said, "Oh, we're married." They say, "What?" Because like, "Oh, god damn it!" Basically, Mr. Zhao says, "No, no, no." Mr. Zhao said, "Congratulations, congratulations." Once Diablo and Hai come in, and Diablo says, "Thank you," like that, and they say, "Why are you congratulating them?" And then Mr. Zhao said, "Because they're married now." They say, "What?" So then yeah, they go to the training camp. Right, on the bus, she's just laying on his lap. She feels the huge penis on him, but like she doesn't suck it or do anything to it. She's just asleep, fully actually asleep. So yeah, basically, once they arrive like at the area, Izuku's like carrying her bridal style. All right, he's getting her like bridal style. Hold on, I'll be right back. Give me a second. So yeah, basically, I'm back. What? She starts carrying her bridal style. She's like laying on his chest, basically, like asleep. So basically, what? Let's cut to like the picture. So yeah, she's lying on his lap. No, not on his lap, on his like chest. She's asleep. The Pussycats come do the same thing. Izuku doesn't fanboy, but like they see the rings on both of their hands. They say, "What's that? Whose rings for?" Then what? Izuku says, "Oh, me and her are married." Say what? And by the way, all of the Wawa Pussycats are not married. They don't have girlfriends or boyfriends. They don't have a girlfriend or boyfriends because three of them are girls, one of them is a guy. And Koda's parents, alright, they're still alive. So Koda isn't there. He has got the character development still. I must say that Izuku also Muscular escaped and Izuku saved him earlier. So Koda Izuku's like his hero, is Koda's hero. And they don't have really hero names because they're just like going by their original names. No, no, no. By hero names, he says his name is like yeah. He's like Avos Del Hevia is his hero name, and her name is like you, Shilivia, basically. So yeah, what Izuku or Hai, what they go to the training camp. Izuku is like training on push-ups while she's sitting on his back. He's just doing like what like pinky push-ups. Mrs. S says, but she doesn't weigh much. The what Mrs. Then she says, oh no, I'm using my quirk to make myself heavier. So he's lifting her around 100,000, 100, no, like, she says like 100,000 tons, but it's actually like 100 million. So basically, he's just like lifting her, like doing push ups like that. That's why he feels like he's heavy as shit. So yeah. Well, Izuku basically at the fucking like bathtub area. Well, Izuku, alright, basically goes to the girls' side, but the boys switched like the girls and the boys' sides. Okay, and then what he got in there and he was in the bath, and then Yui came in. She saw Izuku. Basically, she said, "What are you doing in the girls' bathroom like that?" She says basically calls her honey. Right? She said, "Honey, where are you in the where are you in the girls' side?" Basically says, "Huh? This is the boys' side, honey." Like, what do you mean? Basically, she said, "No, this is the girls. Are you trying to spy? Are you trying to cheat on me?" He says, "What? I would never do that." Though then they hear Smiggers like, "Did you shut up? Shut up?" Though she goes yandere, and she was about to go ahead and just jump up and just murk them. Izuku said, "But you're almost naked." The what? She basically like ran to Izuku, basically like cover herself up. And then Izuku basically made a clone of himself over there, and then he beat all of them, and then he healed all of them and put them like, and they were all knocked off for like 2 days. So yeah, basically, what Izuku goes to the boys' side and she stays in the girls, but what she creates a portal under the water. So what she goes underwater and then she goes next to Izuku basically. All right, like underwater, and Izuku sees her underwater, and then what she basically pulls him into hell. Or the no, she basically like pulls him into like a shower, and they start fucking in the shower. All right. She's basically like fucking him and he's fucking her, like that. Basically, she's sucking his dick and and he's sucking her vagina like that. Like he's eating the pussy, but not literally. He's just like eating the pussy. How like you look at and high, and she's like sucking his dick. She nuts and Zuko comes after like 2 hours. So yeah, basically that's what happens. The training camp doesn't get attacked because why? Izuku basically already took care of Awful One. And flashback. What Izuku basically found the base of Awful One, and what he went there. And basically, this is the fight between Izuku and Awful One. How it went. So he did to him that first. Then what? He shot fireballs. He shot fucking lightning. He shot like fucking the supernova. He shot a lot of things at him because I'm gonna say he's also a reincarnation of the demon lord. So Izuku is going like at least 40%. Yeah, he's going 40%, and they were trying. Izuku basically went to 50%, and basically was beating on All For One. The way he fucking killed All For One and took his power basically, and he killed Shigaraki. So yeah, there's no like training camp. So yeah, basically, but like the overhaul arc. What they go to the study things like that, alright. And basically what Izuku basically went to Nadai with the Yui. The what he says, do you both have one? Or do one of you have one for all? They say no. What's one for all? Izuku's lying because he doesn't want to know about one for all anymore. So yeah, Naira says never mind. Then basically, what he just like takes the stamp and basically puts it on the thing. Then yeah, what Naira gave him the permission. Then yeah, he gave them the permission. No, 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 yeah. He gave them permission. Though they were going around, the other girl bumps into Izuku, which is little Eri-chan. And then he sees Eri, and then he says, he sees her like fucking scared and fucking bandaged and everything like that. And basically, what Izuku basically got a sense like a lot of bloodlust from there. Though I saw overall like told him, "Could I have my daughter back?" Basically, Izuku basically got angry because he knew this wasn't his daughter, and basically what he just said, "Supernova." Basically, no, he didn't because it will fucking destroy the whole city. Um, he basically like did freeze yeah. I froze the whole area and froze his leg and like that, but he was carrying Eri and her. Basically, he was carrying her bride style and carrying Eri on his like back. And then what he basically froze overhaul. The what he basically made it fire, and then what he burned, and then what overhaul was like burned to a crisp. The what Izuku basically because he was so angry, he even did like He even like he did what they call it a fucking like the lightning thing that he did to that one giant monster. Yeah, he did it like that. So yeah, basically what he electrified Overhaul, killing Overhaul. Although what he removed everybody's memory except Eri and Yui from Overhaul. So what? No, no, no. Like he just removed. He didn't remove any memory. So what? He just like said that Overhaul that I found Overhaul dead. No, no, I killed Overhaul. And then what they say? Okay, like you got the credit, but who will adopt Eri? Who will like take care of her? Though Izuku thinks so, he says, "I'll adopt her." Basically, he uses. She says, "Honey, like you sure?" He says, You've wanted a child for a long time, right? This is your chance. Since you can't have one, we're going to adopt her." So basically, Yui basically becomes more of a yandere for Izuku because he did her dream basically of having like a child with Izuku. So Izuku basically like changed their DNA to match theirs. So yeah, basically he told her that they will adopt her. Basically, he told her that he changed her DNA to match theirs. So yeah, basically she still has the white hair because of Diablo, but like it's a little bit more silky. So yeah, basically they adopt Eri, and she meets all of the demons in hell. Like she says, "Papa," like she said, "Papa, you're going to be my papa, and you're going to be my mama." And it hits them somewhere. Basically, they say, "Yeah," and we're going to hell. Come on, follow us. Then what? They went through a portal with Eri, and Eri saw that it was like all fire and like that and hell basically. They were like running from the demon king. And then why she said, the way he says, "Oh, my daughter and Izuku and my son-in-law, how may I help you?" They say that we've adopted a child and you're a grandpa now. Missy said, "Wait, I'm a grandpa." The way he says, then he sees Eddie, then he says, "Oh, my sweet little granddaughter," like that. She says, "So you're going to be my grandpa?" Like that, then yeah, basically she enjoys herself in hell, see with them, and let's do a time skip. Well, she's still a yandere for Izuku. Izuku is the number one hero. Like Izuku and Yue are the number one heroes. Alright, Izuku like takes Izuku's like Yue's father dies. Alright, like right in front of Yue and Izuku and Eri. And basically he said, "I saw you grow up and get married and have a child. Looks like my dreams have been true. Otherwise, Diablo, take my throne as the Demon King." And look at that, basically. And Diablo is now the Demon King, and and Yui is like an overprotective mother. She's like a yandere for the yandere for Izuku. Like no girl will steal him away from her, and basically she's an overprotective mother basically to Eri, and she goes to the Demon School Academy. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been What If Deku the series What If Deku Was Hated. Thank you guys for watching. I gotta go study now because I'm going to get the ass whooping, and the exam is fucking hard. So you see you guys next time. What if Ghoul? And see you guys. Bye bye.